A long time ago, before the Seoul we know today, before the towering skyscrapers and the dazzling city lights, the area around the Han River was a very different place. Picture it, low-tiled houses sitting quietly side by side. As evening approached, the sky wouldn't be competing with neon signs. Instead, it would slowly darken, and one by one, the stars would begin to appear, dotting the vast expanse above. After a long day's work, people didn't rush home in a flurry of activity. They would slowly make their way back, their footsteps echoing softly along the stone paths of the quiet alleys. There was no constant hum of traffic, no blaring horns, just the gentle sound of people returning home. You might see the lanterns of small shops swaying in the evening breeze, casting a warm, inviting glow onto the path. Merchants who had spent the day at the market weren't busy closing up in a hurry. You'd find them sitting quietly on simple wooden chairs, sipping tea, letting the day wind down at its own pace. Life wasn't about speed or efficiency. People didn't live hurriedly, and time didn't seem to chase them. Each day flowed naturally, in tune with the rhythm of nature itself. When the sun began to set, the day's work was done. When darkness fell, it was time to rest. It was that simple. As the night deepened, a profound quiet would settle over the entire city, as if it were taking a slow, collective, deep breath. If you were to stand there, in the middle of that quiet, you could hear the soft whisper of the wind, carrying with it the distant, gentle sound of the Han River flowing. It was a sound that drifted through the night air, a constant, soothing presence. Inside the homes, children would be tucked under worn but warm blankets, nestled beside their parents. They wouldn't be falling asleep to the glow of a screen, but to the sound of old stories. These weren't grand epics of wars or heroes. They were simple, ordinary tale stories about the daily life of a humble farmer or the quiet routines of a fisherman out on the river. Life in those days wasn't extraordinary, but that was its beauty. It was all the more peaceful for its simplicity. Because no one was rushing, people could truly feel each other's presence. There was time for a shared glance, a quiet nod, a moment of connection. The changing of the seasons wasn't something to complain about or overcome. It was simply accepted as part of life's rhythm. In the spring, people would pause to watch the flowers bloom, celebrating the return of color and life. In the summer, they would gather by the river to cool themselves from the heat, the water a shared source of relief. In autumn, you would hear the soft, rustling sound of brooms sweeping fallen leaves in the yard. It was a chore. Yes, but also a meditative act, a way of marking the passage of time. And in winter, families would gather quietly by the fire, their warm breaths creating little clouds in the cool night air, sharing the simple comfort of warmth and togetherness. And amidst these tranquil nights, Seoul was growing, slowly, almost imperceptibly. The people living their quiet, daily lives were mostly unaware of the immense changes that were on the horizon. They were simply living, day by day, in the present moment. Some nights, the moonlight would be unusually bright. casting a silvery sheen over the tiled rooftops, making the sleeping city glow. On other nights, a thick fog would roll in from the river, wrapping itself around the alleys, swallowing every sound, creating a world of its own. In those moments, time itself seemed to stop. It felt as if it wasn't flowing forward at all. And people, instead of listening to the rapid pace of the world, would listen to the rhythm of their own breath, the steady beat of their own hearts as they drifted off to sleep. That serene night in Old Seoul embraced everything and everyone like a warm, heavy blanket. It offered a silent invitation to rest, to let go of the day, to be still. No words were needed. The peace was palpable. Even now, if you close your eyes and listen carefully, you can almost feel the air of that time lingering somewhere in the city. Perhaps somewhere along the banks of the Han River, the wind still flows as quietly as it did back then, carrying echoes of that forgotten peace. So now, as you listen to this, I invite you to join me in that feeling. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a slow, deep breath in, and let it out. Imagine yourself walking through those old alleys of Seoul. Feel the cool stone beneath your feet. See the soft lantern light. Hear the distant flow of the river. In that stillness, in that time where there is nothing that needs to be done, nothing to rush for, you can surrender your body and your mind. Let them rest, quietly, slowly, and comfortably. Let the peace of that Old Seoul night wash over you. Allow yourself this moment. There's nowhere else to be, nothing else to do. Just be here, breathing. Feel the tension in your shoulders release. Feel your mind begin to quiet down. In this space, you can find a deep and restorative rest. Just like the people of Old Seoul, you can let the rhythm of your own breath guide you into a state of calm. Let the gentle flow of the story carry you away from the worries of today. You are safe. You are at peace. Continue to breathe slowly and deeply, and just rest. Thank you for listening.